Yes, people, what is going on? It's G and I'm back with another video. I'm talking to you about a brew. It seems like I've been ages talking about a brew, but it's not an all grain one. You've seen from the thumbnail what it is. It's a kit. I've done it in a bucket. Let us, ladies and gentlemen, get into it. So yes, I have done a brew from a kit in a bucket. The first part of this video is me just giving you a bit of blurb as to what I've done, why I've done it, and then we're going to pour the beer and try it, right? So first and foremost, what have I done? So I've expanded my fermenting capacity, because what I did was I've just got my fermentation fridge and my Fermzilla, and that was sort of slowing down how quickly that I can brew. And I was always running out, of beer, and I wanted 3 taps of beer to be on, at all times if possibly. Still need, I think, another fermentation fridge or a conditioning fridge somewhere, but I've got no space for that, so that'll have to come at a later time. However, what did I do? As you will see, I bought this. I bought a 25 litre fermentation bucket, because what I thought I'd do is I'd get some thermotolerant yeast, and we're having a really hot spell. It's the end of July that I'm making this video, and we've had a stupidly hot spell, and I get a thermotolerant yeast and I can just let it go. Or when it's the winter, I've still got the heat pad from when I use my pinter, so I can use that to keep the temperature up. So that's the plan. But something disastrous happened, and you will not have seen the video, I don't think, before that. During a brew, the Robo Brew unfortunately died. For some reason, I thought it'd be a good idea to brew on the hottest day of the year, and I fried the Robo Brew. We thought we'd fixed it, but we haven't. I just cannot fix it. We've even sent it to an electrical engineer who couldn't fix it, and it's just like, yeah. So the Robo Brew unfortunately is dead, which is very sad, and it seems the way my luck's going at the moment. So what I needed a way to brew. So what I did was, the lager was conditioning in the fermentation fridge, so I did 2 buckets and I did 2 kits, and the first of which I'm doing today, as you've seen from the thumbnail. It's the Mangrove Jack's Mango Pale Ale, and the reason why I did that is I saw a video of Rick doing it, and he seemed pretty happy with the result and the beer. The only experience I've had doing kits is on the Pointer, and I always found that they had those little homebrew, those little twangs to them, the same sort of flavour at the beginning that sort of sometimes mask the overall flavour. But I thought, no, I'm gonna go for it, and I'm gonna do a kit, or 2 kits in the end. It was in the same time that the lager was doing its thing. So we're going to talk about the Mangrove Jacks, which will come up here. So what I did was, so the Mangrove Jacks kit, you make it. What you do is you put 5 litres of hot water into the bucket. You then empty the sachet into it. You mix it up, and then you fill it up to the top with water. But I've missed a step. because what I also did is, it says you have to use either brewing sugar to add up the levels, but what I did was I added one of their, and I'll put another picture of it up there, one of their malt extract pouches, and it was there, so I used that as well. So I had the 2 pouches that went in, then topped it up with water, and then pitched the yeast. So the yeast was actually the Mangrove Jack's M44 yeast, so I believe it is. And then we just let it go for a couple of weeks. I did do this, as I said, during one of the hottest times of the year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a picture up here of what it looked like on the airlock the day after I pitched the yeast. So it had been going for like less than 24 hours. It was going absolute nuts. It was so active, so overly active. There was active fermentation that I've seen, because when I've opened the fermentation fridge before, I've seen the fermentation going, but I've never seen like that on an airlock bubbler thing before. So it was great to see. It really was. A bit messy on top, because some of the crows and started going up through it as well, and yeah, it did get a bit messy, but it was cool. So fermentation went for about a week, and then what I did, and this is the great thing about the Mangrove Jack's kit. So what I did was I got 19 litres in the keg, which is in tap number 1 at the moment. What I also got, and it's in here, is out of that, so not only did I got 19 litres, I also got 5 500ml bottles of it in there, which I'm bottle conditioning. Now what I might do in a separate video is I might go, let's try them together and see if there's any difference. I might do, but who knows, maybe not. But I digress. So we did that. I then let it condition for a couple of weeks, and I have been trying it throughout just to see, see how it's getting on. And I absolutely love this beer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour a pint of it now, and then we're going to talk about it. So what I'll do is I'll see if I can move my stuff around, and you can see me actually pouring this beer, and then we'll come back and have a chat maybe. Let us pour.
Brown sugar in the bag, mango on the front. One more pull of the glass, and I'm feeling what I want. Mango and caramel, mango and caramel. That's the taste I know. Mango and caramel. Mango and caramel, mango and caramel, 4.6 and soul, mango and caramel.
The beer's in the glass. Let's go back and then we'll talk about it, shall we? So we are back in front of the cupboards, and here is the beer in the glass. Let's just take a look at that. It is ever so slightly hazy. Now, it always looks darker on here, but it is, you can see through it. I'm just going to move it on the side. It is starting to clear out a little bit. You can just see my finger. The bubs, you can see them, but the bubs are absolutely racing up this glass. Yeah, there you go. You can see the bubs just there racing up the glass. Nice and clear. Clear as, nice and golden. So let us give it a sniff and we'll go and see what the flavours are in this, or the aromas. 2 dominant aromas in this: mango and caramel. That is all I get on the nose, is mango and caramel. So let us get in and let's give this a try. Cheers, people. is a lovely beer. Don't get me wrong, I chose Mangrove Jacks because I thought, you know what, Mangrove Jacks isn't going to be a bad kit. It can't be a bad kit. You know, people buy Mangrove Jacks yeasts, they buy Mangrove Jacks stuff. This ain't going to be bad. That is lovely. I do have one slight issue with it, and I suppose this is the cost of having the liquid malt extract and not brewing it yourself. Is when I brew, I don't put any hops in it. 60 minutes, even 30 minutes, maybe a little bit at 30 minutes. The main hop additions come around 15-10 minutes. So I don't like a lot of bitterness in the beers. And although it's not overly bitter, it leaves you with a bitterness that I don't really... I can just about take. Just about. It's a little bit too bitter for me, but it's one of those that I'll drink it. But yeah, the bitterness at the end just gives it that little... But, you know, I think for the cost of it, I think for the initial pouch and the liquid malt extract, I think it was about 30 quid. So, you know, for what, 20, for 19, plus an extra 5, for 22 litres or 21.5 litres, you can't knock it at all, people. That it is nice. But I'm going to drink it. What I do think as well is when I was drinking it a little bit more greener, the bitterness wasn't as much. You know, just seeing how it was getting on throughout the process, and I'm at a point now where I'm like, I'm happy with the colour. I think it's got more bitter, but that's the only thing. But I would tell anybody, go and get that, because it's not got that twang either, which is really surprising. But what I did do is I did put a Camden tablet in the beer. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. But it's not got that little twang that the Pinter ones did. Or what I've been told most kits give. So, who knows? But that has been another one, people. Let me know if you have brewed any kits and which ones you want me to try. Is there any that were really good? I'll certainly have a go, because obviously, you know, when I can't brew, or when it's been too hot to brew, you know, so a kit's perfect. You just make it up and chuck it in the fermenter. Yes, it's not all grain, but them's the breaks, yeah. It's still miles cheaper than buying cans at like £2, £3, £4, £5. So let me know. If you've made it this far and you are not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And as usual, I'll see everyone soon. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, people. Cheers. See you soon.
Pouring out the day from a cold green glass. Made it with my own two hands now. Watch it move so fast. from the boil to the glass. I kept that little secret, and it came out just right.